arguably one of the worst vehicles ever sold, not only in the United States, but around the world, is the 1984 Yugo GV. And believe it or not, it's making a comeback. Well, maybe not this exact 3-cylinder, 1.3-liter disappointment for a vehicle, whose best option was the rear defrost so your hands wouldn't get cold while you were pushing it. But this one, the newly redesigned Yugo. Now, unfortunately, we don't have all the specs on it yet, but still expected to compete in the subcompact hatchback market. The plan so far is to bring it to the European Auto Show market in early of 2027, with hopefully production models coming up in late 27 and early 28. Now, let's move on to the Volvo XC70. Yeah, the XC70. It's coming back. Now, for those of you who don't know, Volvo is actually owned by Geely, the Chinese EV company, and they're bringing the XC70 back, the wildly popular XC70 back, as a plug-in hybrid. So far, the electric-only range is 124 miles, and the drivetrain is going to be a series hybrid, which means that a gasoline engine is going to drive an electric generator and charge the battery to make sure that it's all at peak. Now, we don't have a full range on it yet, but it's Geely, so I expect it to be a good product. And as always, Volvo is one of the safer vehicles out there. Now we're going to jump into Nissan/Mitsubishi, but they're not going to be made by Nissan or Mitsubishi. They're actually going to be made by Foxconn. Yeah, you heard me, Foxconn, the people who manufacture iPhones. The compilation project is starting out in Australia and some other Asian countries, but who knows if it comes to the Foxconn factory that they've now bought and hopefully are going to develop in Lordstown, Ohio. Now, before you jump into Lordstown and figuring out that, yeah, this is going to be a EV built in the U.S., I just want to remind everybody you might want to do a little research on the Wisconsin Technology Park and Foxconn there. My cliff notes on that subject: high promises, big money taken, very low productivity. Lastly, we've got a lawsuit by 16 states and the District of Columbia on whether the National Highway Transportation Authority has the ability to pull back funding that has already been approved by Congress. Now, Congress had already approved $5 billion with $3.3 million allocated for EV infrastructure across all the states. 17 states had projects on the books, and those are indicated above in the map in blue, and 11 states had projects that had already started but had to be paused because of the funding reversal. And those projects that have paused are in yellow. Now, all of the states already have some portion of dollars spent on this, whether it be legislation to be able to do these types of infrastructure projects, developing the infrastructure, or planning and or already starting the projects. But this is something that's going to be decided in the courts. So we don't know how long that's going to take. And I'm sorry, but that's it for the day. So as always, subscribe, follow, and I'll bring you more news when I can.